I never thought I'd be one of those people who had a story to share on a platform like this. But, life has a way of throwing you into situations you never imagined. I hope sharing this will help me make sense of what happened, even though it still feels like a nightmare I can't wake up from. It all started about a year ago. My wife Lily and I had been married for 5 years. We had a beautiful 3-year-old son named Aiden. Our life seemed perfect. We lived in a cozy suburban house that we'd worked hard to make our own. Lily had always been the light of our home. Cheerful, caring, and an amazing mother to Aiden, or so I thought. Looking back, there were signs that something was off, but I brushed them aside. I mean, who wants to think that their seemingly perfect life is hiding a dark secret? It began with small things. Lily seemed more withdrawn, and her temper was shorter than usual. I chalked it up to the stress of raising a toddler and her part-time job. We had our arguments, but who doesn't? I never thought it was anything more than the usual marital stress. One evening I came home from work later than usual. Lily was in the kitchen chopping vegetables for dinner and Aiden was playing with his toy cars in the living room. I remember Aiden looking up at me with those big innocent eyes and giving me a huge smile. "Daddy's home!" he exclaimed, running over to hug me. I scooped him up and felt a wave of pure happiness wash over me. It was moments like these that made everything worthwhile. But then, Lily called out from the kitchen, her voice sharper than usual. "Can you keep Aiden with you for a while? I need to concentrate." I was a bit taken aback but agreed, taking Aiden to the backyard to play. I remember feeling a twinge of concern. Lily had never been so abrupt with Aiden before. Over the next few weeks, Lily's behavior became more erratic. She was always tired, often snapping at both Aiden and me for the smallest things. I suggested she see a doctor, thinking she might be dealing with some sort of postpartum depression that had gone unnoticed. She agreed reluctantly and went for a checkup. The doctor prescribed some medication and recommended therapy, which she started attending. For a while it seemed like things were getting better. Lily was calmer and our home felt peaceful again. But that peace was short-lived. One night, I woke up to find Lily sitting on the edge of our bed staring out the window. I asked her what was wrong and she simply said, "I'm fine, just couldn't sleep." I didn't press further, though something about her demeanor chilled me. Then came that dreadful day. It was a Saturday and I had planned to take Aiden to the park. He loved playing on the swings and feeding the ducks, but when I went to get him ready, Lily insisted that he should stay home with her. "I want to spend some time with my son," she said, her eyes pleading. I was taken aback by the intensity in her voice but agreed, thinking it might do them both some good. I left to run some errands, promising to be back in a couple of hours. When I returned, the house was eerily quiet. I called out for Lily and Aiden but there was no response. Panic started to set in as I rushed through the house, checking every room. I finally found them in Aiden's room. Lily was sitting on the floor, holding Aiden's lifeless body in her arms, rocking back and forth. She was humming a lullaby, tears streaming down her face. I froze, unable to comprehend what I was seeing. My heart pounded in my chest as I forced myself to move closer. Aiden's eyes were closed, his little body limp. I screamed his name, hoping desperately for him to wake up, but deep down, I knew it was too late. I pulled Aiden from Lily's arms and tried to revive him, but it was useless. He was gone. The room spun and I could barely breathe. I grabbed my phone and called 911, my hands shaking uncontrollably. The police arrived quickly and everything after that is a blur. They took Lily into custody and I remember one of the officers gently pulling me away from Aiden, telling me that I needed to let them do their job. I was in shock, unable to process anything. Over the next few days, the reality of what happened started to sink in. The investigation revealed that Lily had been suffering from severe postpartum psychosis, a condition that can cause delusions and hallucinations. She had hidden it well, even from her therapist. On that fateful day, she had a psychotic break and believed that she needed to save Aiden from something terrible. She told him to say goodbye to me, thinking she was protecting him. I couldn't bring myself to attend Lily's trial. The thought of seeing her, of hearing the details of what she had done, was too much to bear. She was found not guilty by reason of insanity and was committed to a psychiatric facility. I've since moved out of that house. I couldn't stand to be there, surrounded by memories of what I'd lost. Every corner, every toy, every picture was a painful reminder of the life that was ripped away from me. I live alone now, trying to piece my life back together, but the hole left by Aiden's death is one that will never heal. People often say time heals all wounds, but I don't think that's true. Some wounds cut so deep that they become a part of you. Sharing this story is my way of trying to make sense of the senseless, to find some semblance of closure. If there's anything to be learned from my tragedy, it's that mental health issues should never be ignored or brushed aside. If you notice changes in someone you love, don't wait. Get them the help they need before it's too late. Thank you for reading my story. I hope none of you ever have to go through something like this. Hug your loved ones tight, and never take a single moment for granted.